Welcome back to Matchday Live. There you go, all the excitement of all the drama. Can't actually say a sentence. Joined by Michael Bridges and Jermaine Beckford. A point of peace for Leeds and Bournemouth in a game that you really could not take your eyes off from the first minute to the last. Bridgie, where do we even start with that, other than the fact that it's, of course, a gutting end to what had been a really good performance from Leeds?
Absolutely, and it's the two set play goals that'll be really hurting the lads in the dressing room. Knowing that 2-1 up, got to keep your concentration. I heard Tony and Bryn talking about in commentary there. You switch off for a little moment, and it was a lovely finish from Junior Croupier, but it could have been stopped at source. That's the bit that I say disappointing. Of all the effort that the lads put in to go 1-0 behind, to come back to 2-1 in the Premier League, and then to lose it later on there, so disappointing. So it'll feel like a loss, but actually it's an undefeated game. It's another home point, and you've got to take the positives out of something. It should have been all three, but I'll tell you what, you would have settled for it before the game.
Yeah, Bex, there are plenty of positives to take out of that performance, even though it's not 3 points as we were thinking it was going to be for so long in that second half. But the positives are there when they kind of just decompress from the end of that game, which will be that disappointing feeling. They'll look back on the game, I would have thought, and say, right, this is plenty to work on and plenty to take from the game.
Yeah, 100%. It's gut-wrenching because it happened so late in the game, 93rd minute I think it was. Up until that point, we were relatively comfortable. We were dealing with the stress, the pressure that they were putting on us, the threat that they were offering. And, you know, we were speaking off camera. We've got nothing to be afraid of in the Premier League. Yeah. Bournemouth are a fantastic footballing side, and we spoke about them before the game started as well. What Iraola has done for them has been nothing short of phenomenal. You know, he's got some outrageously good players in his squad. So, you know, before the game started, we would have been happy with a point. It's just frustrating that it happened in the manner in which it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, in terms of saying nothing to fear in the Premier League, I mean, aside from the big defeat at Arsenal, but putting that aside for a moment, Leeds have gone toe-to-toe, really, haven't they, with the teams, and those teams that have been competing at the higher end as well. There was the Newcastle game, of course. This game, Bournemouth, who've been doing really well. They've gone toe-to-toe, but it was the word you just said there about the effort. It's not just putting in the effort, but seeing the rewards for the effort. Each player out there you saw the reception for Brendan Aronson when he left. He gave 150% today. You can tell that they are competing with the teams that they need to compete with.
And you've got to, I was saying, at home, in the Premier League at this moment in time, we have shown that we can go toe-to-toe. So you've got two very good pressing teams in this match today. Bournemouth have been doing it numerous years in the Premier League. A lot of teams fear them. We had a little go to play out, realised that we weren't getting a lot of joy first half, changed it and started going a little bit more direct, but it was the way that we were able to control the game in moments, be defensively well organised in the moments, apart from the set plays, and having our attacking moments. Could have been so much more in that first half with the chances that were squandered. But at home, we shouldn't be fearing teams coming here. Away from home, we might have to change it up and be a little bit more of a defensive approach, because if you do get open like we did at Arsenal, it could be a long season for the fans going to the away trips. But like I say, that today it was a very, very entertaining game. And taking my love away from Leeds United, I can say that if you're looking at that as a neutral, you're going, whoa, two fantastic teams going at it. What a game of football.
Yeah, and in terms of, you said about the pressing of Bournemouth, which caused us some problems at the start of the game, Leeds managed to adapt to that. And with a player like Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front, it means you can just switch up that play a little bit. We saw how many times a ball either went down the centre, he'd get his head on it, or down the channel, and he was there to release that pressure for Leeds.
Oh, we loved him. Look, he had a couple of chances in the first half, especially where we thought he should have scored, right? We'll address those, we'll put those to bed. He got himself in the right areas. The defenders had an absolute torrid time against him today. He didn't make it easy for them at all. He was physical. He was constantly running in the channels. He was offering an outlet, an out ball for our centre halves, for our goalkeeper, for the fullbacks. He was holding the ball up. He was bringing other players in. He was like you said, holding the ball up well. He was bringing other players in. His hold-up play was great. But also, when he set the ball, he doesn't just admire what he's done. He's getting in the box for the next part, and that's what he offers us. You know, we're now also throwing the ball in from the fullback positions rather than waiting until we get the ball in the higher areas and then looking for a cutback. We're not afraid to put the ball up to somebody, to a number 9 that's going to cause absolute carnage to the defenders.
Give us a new dimension tactically, and Daniel Farker and the players have recognised that as well. So last season, try to get the byline cutbacks goals from. It's very, very hard now in the Premier League to break down teams of defensive lines, to get in the pockets of space in that 6-yard penalty area where Man City used to find it so easy to do. He's given us a new dimension, and I'm thankful that we've got a plan B to use him.
Okay, let's get some reaction from down by the tunnel, because our commentary team were probably a bit breathless after that. It really was all action from minute 1 to minute 95. Let's get the thoughts of Bryn Law and Tony DeRigo.
Absolutely, yeah. Tired out, to be honest with you, and just a little bit deflated because, so close to a win.
It was, and to go a goal down and the way the boys responded again, and then to come back, score a couple of goals, and just, you want to hang on, don't you, right to the very end. But, we saw what the Premier League is all about. I thought it was a great game of football, it really was. It was end-to-end stuff, the minutes flew by, and physically it was demanding. Okafor didn't, make it to the 70th minute. Some quality out there, but you get your noses in front, concentrate, see the game out. Those moments are key, and unfortunately we couldn't quite do it.
And you could see the reaction of the players at the end was they were crestfallen, weren't they?
Yeah, deflated. And then I thought, well, would they concede another one as well? So the Premier League's harsh, it really is. And if we look back at the Championship, we make 1 or 2 mistakes, so you might get away with them. Here, there's no mistakes, and you switch off for a moment, you're going to get punished.
Having said all of that, if you remove the result, what do you think of the performance?
Excellent. Really good. I think Bournemouth had nearly 60% possession. We had only 40. We stuck to our guns. We defended well. We filled gaps. We were really brave. We got on the ball when we could to try and calm things down, because the pace the game was played at, we couldn't really control the game at all. But that's the way Bournemouth play. Yet we then found some quality as well. We've been asking, haven't we, about corner kicks? Put it in the right area and go and attack it. Joe Rodon, did exactly that. So it was a really good game of football, which I think should give the boys a lot of confidence.
I mean, they have to take away the positives from this, don't they? Another occasion where you say, okay, point great, but there's a lot in the performance that should give everyone confidence going forward.
Yeah, and I read a lot of pundits talking about this game and thinking, well, Bournemouth are just too good and what have you. No, they're not. We can compete, but we have to be at our kind of very best to try and take all 3 points. And we weren't quite like that. However, in front of our own fans, the noise out there in the second half was fantastic, and it was just a really good occasion. But it's all about points. And we got another one, so you've got to be positive.
So there you go. We'll be hearing, hopefully, from a Leeds United player very shortly, but now we're off for a little lie down for the next few minutes.
Yes, we have a mattress just next to that little booth, so Bryn can just take it nice and easy before his next duties here on.
Used to be my treatment table.
Matchday Live. You were there on it quite a bit, pal. Right, let's go through this chronologically then from the start, because of course it was Leeds with the chances, but then Bournemouth who took the lead with that Semenyo free kick. So guys, just talk. I mean, we've dissected this at half time, and it's a tricky one because
I'm going to let you. I'm going to let Bex take this one. I lost it at half time.
Defensively, there's a few things to look at, right?
Yeah, there is. And it starts with the initial foul on the edge of the 18-yard box from Stack. Christie does really, really well. Just turns his body, makes sure that there's contact. He initiates the contact, and the referee's got no choice but to give it as a free kick. Silly on our part, but well played on Bournemouth's part. Then you look at the free kick itself. Brendan Aronson, I don't think he's in the right place, but that's not on him. He's laying down where he's told to lay. If he lays an extra yard inside towards the middle of the goal, he stops the ball. That's the second part of it. The third part, you look at the wall, it jumps. I think it goes under Pascal Struijk. Carl Darlow's, you can't react to that. There's so many things wrong with it. It's disappointing, isn't it?
It certainly is, and that was, the moment where you're thinking, are the lads good? How are we going to show our characteristics again like we did against Wolves? Are we going to be able to bounce back from that? And thankfully the lads didn't dwell on this. Everybody at half-time would have sorted the discussions out at who was at fault, a bit of accountability, show where we can improve if that happens again second half, and obviously the lads got on with it.
Yeah, Joe Rodon with the equaliser and a giant smile on his face when this goes in. And we've said it as well, it's about players chipping in with goals from different areas of the pitch. It's going to be important if your central defenders can get 2, 3, 4 goals, maybe even in a season. Collectively, cumulatively, that adds up, doesn't it? And it's going to make an impact over the year.
I mean, the graphics here is superb, but the goal's even better because the way that we've been asking for that corner is to be more dangerous from set plays, for and against, to be a bit more ruthless. Like you said, the way that he creates the space for himself, he's getting marked. And actually getting marked by not watching the ball fly, just watching Joe Rodon himself, his body. So straight away, Joe Rodon knows that he's got the advantage. If he can time his run, he can get himself in a position where he can get the angle of the cross that he's going to be able to get the power and use it to his effect. And it was he did it so well. There was a little deflection from Semenyo against the goalkeeper, Petrovic, who couldn't get near it in the end, whereas he should have done. But that small little bit of the flick towards when you see. So keep an eye on Joe. He is on the edge of the area. He knows he's lost his marker there. That's the little movement. See you later. I've got to make sure I use this power and direct it on goal. Now, I don't think if Semenyo's in front of the goalkeeper, that goes in. So fair play. He's done everything right. He's got his space. He's got the header. And I don't even think that Joe realised that he'd scored a goal because he ran off in disbelief as well.
It's his expression, wasn't it, Bex? Because where we are studio based, they came off to this corner, and you can see on his face it's that kind of half bewilderment. It's gone in, because he doesn't chip in with that many, does he?
Well,
but if he can get a few, like you say, he's said before when he has scored goals, he wants to be chipping in with more goals, Bex.
Yeah, and this is an area of his game that needs to improve. I think defensively is fantastic. The aggression's there, the pace is there, the awareness of positional sense is unbelievable. It's really, really good. The only side that lets him down is in the attacking area. And we've seen today the positive sides of it. If he's able to chip in with 5, 6, 7 goals this season, and 7's a little bit of a stretch, don't get me wrong. But if he can get himself, 4, 5, 6 goals this season, I think that's brilliant. Yeah. And that shows how much we've improved from set pieces, especially on how much we improved on set pieces,
And not taking anything away, it's a great header, but the delivery as well, to actually pick him out, to make sure that he was isolated in that position, that again was quality. So that was a huge plus.
You hit it first, Joe Rodon. Double figures coming your way this season, says Bex.
We know you can do it now.
We'll start with one for now and we'll see how we get on. You mentioned the delivery, of course, Sean Longstaff with the goal that put us 2-1 up. And if anything, for me, typified the way that Leeds played today, it was Gabby Goodmanson in the build-up to that goal. Never say die attitude, battling for every single ball. And it goes to show, doesn't it? Battle for everything, because you don't know what might happen.
You never know. Chase lost causes, and there's a reason you do chase lost causes. If you think you've lost the ball, he didn't give it up. Goodmanson in that bottom corner could have quite easily gone out of play. So see here, he's running a no man's land basically. I'm not giving that up. We're going to keep it in play. Now Michael Oliver, the referee, does so well as well, because they quite easily could have given free kicks or obstruction. He let the game flow. He didn't see anything. And as this fall to Longstaff, he's put it in the top right-hand corner and it's gone right across to the left-hand corner. I cannot wait to either speak to him on here or speak to him personally to say, did you mean that?
Oh, come on, of course he meant it.
Do you think he's going
I don't know whether he was going for the other side, but if he's put as much side swaz on as he has there to find this near corner, I'm just delighted for him personally, because the game that he had, like I say, we didn't have control of the game that much. When we did, key moments, keeping the ball, changing the patterns of play from one side to the other, the defensive challenges he made as well for the team, the energy levels he showed, this is just the icing on the cake for him. And this basically says to him now, I've arrived at Leeds United and you're going to be, he didn't make it for the first couple of games of the season, pre-season, he was a bit part. This is what you get from this lad. That's why we've signed him.
When I saw this, Bex, and it's coming over to him, I'm thinking, he's in an awkward body position here. How well does he do to be able to create the body position to take the strike? Because it's not easy for him.
No, it's not. And he redirects his body really, really well. Again, a massive shout out to Goodmanson. Brilliant, tenacious tenacity from him. But he almost takes like half a step backwards to readjust his body, lines himself up, and just the follow through. He doesn't try to overhit it, just makes a nice clean connection. He uses the pace on the ball already, redirects it, in off the post. Unbelievable, mate. I love it.
Now, if only the referee had blown the whistle on 90 minutes. It's a 90-minute game, isn't it, guys? Surely we would have been talking about a different scenario. Bournemouth did pile on a lot of pressure towards the end there and eventually got their reward with also a really good finish, it has to be said. But it came as a bit of a sucker punch, and as much as the atmosphere swelled when Longstaff scored, it was a bit of a when this one goes in right pretty much at the death of the game. It's
the sickening moment in the time of the game. Take nothing away from the volley. The way he's actually not facing the goal to get that across. But it's the moment in the game we always used to talk about. It's concentration levels at this moment, because when you are tired, your concentration levels go, your energy levels go, and the organisation and communication goes. So there's the header that's won there, back across towards the back post, you've got a 2v1 there. So again, there's things in the analysis going forward into this week. There'll be a few questions asked as to why that was allowed to happen. So you must win your battles, you must win your challenges, but again, it comes back to communication, organisation in the final third when this starts to go, because the physicality, it's like defending is different from what we would at the other end of the field. Late on, when you are tired and you get a one-on-one situation, you've got to make sure you're fully concentrated. So defending is just as important and vital.
It's, of course, the second time in 3 games to concede so late. I mean, very different goals, obviously, with the Goodmanson own goal down at Craven Cottage. Is that something that potentially the players need to not allow to sort of dwell on as you come, maybe in a similar situation? You're trying to see out a game, whether it's for a valiant away draw or whether it's to hang on to a win at home, that actually they don't become kind of in their mind, oh, it's getting towards the end of the game here.
Do you think it's a Premier League, the quality and subs that come on as well?
I think it's exactly that. Look, we've played really, really well in both of these 2 games, the Bournemouth game tonight and the Fulham game. Played well. Very unfortunate in both games not to walk away with a point from the Fulham game and 3 points today. But that's just down to the ruthlessness and the quality and the substitutions of the opposition. That's all it's down to. So I don't think there's much we could have done differently. There's obviously 1 or 2 players that may have switched off, but those situations we'll be able to analyse. I think all in all, we've not been outplayed, with exception to the Arsenal game, which was a one-off. We've not been completely outplayed. We've not looked out of sorts, and we look and feel like we belong here. Yeah. So, no.
I mean, we're not the only team conceding late goals. This is the Premier League. This is what it's about. I think Man City, Haaland just got 2 late goals today in the 90 minutes plus when they're playing Burnley. There's been a late goal at Crystal Palace, beating Liverpool 2-1. Yep. So it's coming back to the quality, the substitutions.
Don't forget a late goal for Brentford earlier against Man United. We don't want to miss that. We don't want to miss that one. We don't want to miss that one.
Definitely chuck that one in.
Okay, we can head to the tunnel actually and speak to goal scorer today. Fantastic all-round performance. Sean Longstaff joins us here on Matchday Live. Sean, firstly, thanks for taking the time. And it was a draw in the end, but what a game of football! What a 90 minutes to be a part of. So congratulations on a great performance.
Yeah, thank you very much. I thought it was a really good game. 2 good teams. Yeah, we know the way Bournemouth play. Very high energy, very intense, and sort of always makes for an exciting game. But I thought we're more than held our own. Obviously, times in the first half they were on top a little bit, but we limited them to very few clear-cut chances. And yeah, like I said, probably look back at the game and think, what if with the late goal they scored.
Longy, Bridgie, I've just been bigging up your performance, mate. Your energy levels, your tackles. There's one thing I did question, man. I know you don't want to have too much of a laugh and a joke, because obviously it feels like a defeat at the minute, but I think it's a valuable point. The strike, the shot that went in the top corner, mate, were you going for the other side, or did you shank it?
I wasn't sure where it was going, to be honest.
I told you would be honest. It doesn't matter though, does it? Talk us through it here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think I was watching Gabby thinking it's like he was just on his knees for ages, and I was thinking, is the ball ever going to come? And I thought Brendan was going to score, and then yeah, I just tried to hit it sort of where I could, and yeah, luckily sliced in the top corner, and a bit of a dodgy knee slide and stuff, but yeah, a bit of relief to score a goal. I hadn't scored in a little while, so I was over the moon.
Well, I'm chuffed a bit on 2 things. I'm chuffed a bit I got my analysis right and said that you didn't mean it, but I'm chuffed for you personally, mate, because all around your performance, to get that goal at Elland Road, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing for you. One more little thing. I saw you had a little chat with Michael Oliver. Obviously, he's from our area, the referee in the north. What did he say about the VAR decision? Because I heard you say that's rubbish.
Oh, I'm not sure. What, after the goal?
Yeah, after the goal, it went to VAR, and I think they were saying they were looking for a foul or something. Is that right?
No, I think he said someone was stood in front of the goalie, and I was like, if you disallow this goal after I've just done a knee slide and done absolutely everything, I'm gonna chin you after the game. But it was weird having him. I've obviously he's a Newcastle fan, and yeah, he's not ref one of my games in the 7 years I've played in the Premier League or something, so it was a bit weird.
And what's quite fortunate, I'll be honest with you, we were watching it back. They had an opportunity where they had a shot towards the back end of the game, and Mike's called it for a foul on one of our players, sorry. But when the game flows on a little bit, I see your arms extended a little bit too far out. Mate, be careful with that. What do you think?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't think I thought my hand was by my side, to be honest. I thought it hit us like the top of my shoulder, so with the rules, I think if it hits the top part of your arm, it's not handball, so but yeah, like I said, I think I was just trying to get anything on it and stop the ball from going in the net.
Nah, that's
exactly
fair
what he did.
I just want to take you back to a moment after the first goal, because the goal goes in from Joe, and then you pull everyone into a huddle at that moment. Is that a bit of Premier League experience, getting everyone together? Just what's going on in that moment? Talk us through it.
No, I don't think it's Premier League experience. I think it's just, we're a little bit not lost in the game, but I thought the lads need to believe in themselves a little bit more. I know it's the Premier League and stuff, but some of the lads need to realise how good they are, and they're more than capable of playing at this level. And we know Bournemouth press well, but ultimately it's just another footballer running at you. It doesn't matter who they are. So I think you can have a little bit more composure. That's everyone, me included, and a little bit more bravery maybe. And yeah, like I said, it was just more to try and calm everyone down and get through at half time, and then we know we can sort of put things right. And I thought we're pretty good in the game. I thought obviously better in the second half than the first half.
Just finally, before we let you go, really appreciate your time. Just talk us through this Ellen Road atmosphere that you're starting to experience now, and how much have you enjoyed it being part of this club, a new club for you, and the noise that those fans bring when you do something like you did for that goal?
Yeah, it's really special. Like I said, I played here a few times, and whenever the crowd get up, you always feel like Leeds were going to score, and now to have that on your side is a massive privilege, really. I think to come here and play every week is something that I definitely don't take for granted, and looking to do that for as long as possible, and hopefully we can keep putting in performances and picking up points to stay in the league, and because ultimately there's nothing better than playing in this stadium when it's in the Premier League.
Thank you so much. Sorry about Bridgie, by the way. He's out of control here in the studio today.
Chuffed at Brixham. I'll tell you what, your dad scored many a slap shot with these ice hockey goals. We're sick of hearing him talk about it. Enjoy it and tell him all about that goal today, Sean. Well done.
Go on, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, Sean. There you go, Sean Longstaff joining us here in the studio. They won't do it again if you have a go on, Bridgie. They didn't have a go.
I was singing. My analysis was spot on. He didn't know what he was doing, but he hit the back of the net.
Him saying that, we were talking about he has to change his body shape. Yeah. I guess it comes so quickly at you as a striker. You just hit it, don't you? And it's that kind of muscle memory of doing it over and over again. It ends up where it ends up. But
you've got to love his honesty. It's instinct. He's not, body shape was all out of position. He's thinking, is that ball even going to come to this side of the penalty area? When it did, all that matters is he gets some form of contact to test the goalkeeper. Doesn't matter where it goes. Now, most players, I mean, you would never admit that. We go, no, we went for the top corner. We love the limelight. He's a genuine, lovely character and person of football at this football club, and that just shows his honesty and respect there. But it's the main thing is it's another point for Leeds United. It's a goal for Longstaff and a great performance, and we go on to the Premier League and we're shown teams. He said it there. What I loved is he just said, I want people at this football club, players, to believe that they are Premier League footballers. That's a man that's got now 180 appearances in the Premier League under his belt, talking up the other players. It's not him trying to be the flash leader and all that. It just comes naturally. But he sees something with this team that he knows that we can go on and kickstart and not be looking over his shoulder for relegation, because he believes now that this team are capable of doing bigger and better things.
And having he sort of played down the Premier League experience element of it, but he does have that Premier League experience, Bex, and having a player like that who's been brought into the club, also in that kind of midfield role, which is so pivotal, is really key. You did see him he was the one who got the players together. Come on, guys, let's go on from here. Yeah,
100%. Look, and again, touching on what Bridgie said, he's such a humble guy. He's so honest. You can't help but love what he says and listen to everything he's preaching. One of the things that, one of the reasons why he got everybody in the huddle after Joe Rodon's goal is to calm the nerves and everything down. The adrenaline is going to be pumping through the roof. Obviously, we've just scored a goal, the equaliser. Right, let's slow it down. Guys, let's frustrate them. We know what they're going to bring. We know what they're capable of. We know how they like to get the ball down and organise this, that and the other. So he's breaking the tempo. He's breaking the opportunity for Burnley to just, for Bournemouth to bounce straight back. And that's where the Premier League experience comes from. He's such a clever guy. So clever.
Really impressive to see Leeds bounce back from conceding, which of course would rather not do in the first place. But actually that ability to do that is really important. We've seen that throughout the years. Teams that come from, you go a goal down, all right, well, make sure you get something out of the game, hopefully 3 like against Wolves, but they get the point out of the game. those are the little signs you just look at and you think, okay, that's a really good sign, actually. Not crumbling because you've conceded a goal and there's the pressure here at Ellen Road. As great as Ellen Road is and as brilliant as the atmosphere is, that comes with a pressure as well. They go a goal down, but they go and respond to it.
Characteristics, a belief, that's what Sean just talked on there. There's a belief inside this dressing room, this club at the moment. There's a style of play which is getting recognised in the Premier League. And with us being able to go toe-to-toe with teams at Elland Road, we've got to use it to our best of our ability. But I just love, I mean, as a coach and staff and as the manager will be looking at that, it's twice now we've seen a response from going a goal behind. Yeah. I've seen many a team in the Premier League, I've played in many a team in the Premier League where you've gone a goal down and you crumble. This team hasn't got it, it's got a belief, and I think that's a huge attribute to have.
Unbeaten at home still, which is going to be important. I think it was one of the things really kind of highlighted at the start of the season. Elland Road will play its part, hopefully, in doing that. Yeah. And this place did today. I mean, it was fantastic, wasn't it? You know, the atmosphere was brilliant.
Look, Bridgie touched on it again. Like, if you're a neutral watching this game, you tune in, you say, wow. Not only was the football really exciting from both sides, but the atmosphere was amazing. How many times have we said that since we've been here? We've said it every single game, pretty much every single home game since I can remember. And that will never change. You know, the club is where it needs to be in the Premier League, playing against the best teams, the best players, the best coaches. And we've got some of those as well. And we're only growing, and we're only getting more comfortable, and we're only getting more better. You know, so for me, it's about one step at a time. We've got Spurs next here. Exciting. I can't wait. But again, like what Longy said there, it's 11 men against 11 men. Believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your own ability and believe that you're better than the man that you're coming up against.
I know there's one thing I don't believe. Me and you were ever that quick.
Speak for yourself, pal.
I couldn't believe how...
for the buffet.
Wow.
Just saying.
Still got me donuts in there.
Donut down there. Honestly, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry. You were saying.
You're all good. I'm just going to say the disbelief of seeing how energetic the players are from end to end. The transition moments when you break like that. It's funny when you get older, you forget what level and what speed you played the game at. But I look out there today and some of the games that I've seen, I'm kind of like, wow, we were never that quick, surely, or we never covered that much distance. The game is developing, and thankfully we're going with the evolution of football. Under Daniel Farke, and we're seeing where we are. We're competing in the Premier League, which is massive.
Yeah, hopefully we'll hear from Daniel Farke before we wrap things up, so we'll wait for that. Altanaka back on the pitch as well. You talk about 11v11, but actually it's a big squad game, isn't it? And having those players available and fit is really crucial. And there's a player that last year is standout player of the year. He's having to wait his moment to come back into the team as well, because there's players performing at a level. That's the same starting 11 for 3 in a row for Daniel Farke. But just great to see a real crowd favourite as well, Bex, Tanaka back on the pitch.
Yeah, and I made no secret of it last season. He was my player of the season. He was absolutely scintillating every single game, you know. But again, it just shows you what you need in the Premier League. Today we had Longstaff, Stack and Ampadu starting, and we still got Tanaka to come on. You know, there's so many amazing players that we've got. We've got strength in depth. So if we've got an issue with one player, fatigue or whatever it may be, we'll just sub them out, bring another one on, and it's like for like. There's no disruption to the flow of the game because technically they're all fantastic. There's no disruption to the organisation because they're all pushing each other. You know, the quality is there as well.
It's a nice problem for Daniel Farke to have in that midfield, isn't it?
It's a great problem for him to have. Up top, you could say Dominic as well, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. For me, I think Dominic was unbelievable today. I thought it was absolutely amazing because of everything he did.
I'm going to interrupt you, and I'd only interrupt you for one person. You know this, Bex. It's because we have
the boss.
Ready to speak to us, Leeds United manager Daniel Farke is with Bryn and Tony.
Yeah, thanks, Rich. The manager is indeed here with us. Can you be positive about the point that your side has just earned there, Daniel?
Yes, of course. I know lots of heartbreak in the last fixtures, but nevertheless, I'm proud of the performance. Proud also of a valuable point against a really good side. Of course, it's unlucky because we deserve to win this game. We have outperformed them in expected goals, shots. I think 19 shots on target. We were the only team who has missed big chances. Didn't give one chance away out of the game, but a bit unnecessary to. Set-piece situation. They were clinical in this situation, and also heartbreak in the 94th minute. today again. Of course, I feel for the lads, but nevertheless, a top performance, also top resilience to come again from being in behind. Top team performance in many ways, and for that, today we are disappointed. But from latest from Monday on, we move on and take this also as a valuable point.
I mean, you were playing against a really good side, weren't you? And we saw evidence of that. So are you pleased that the team matched that and perhaps surpassed that?
Yes, we know we can't outperform the other teams in terms of individual quality. Also, like what they are capable to bring in quality from the bench, it's not possible for us. So we need a good structure. We need fighting spirit. We need desire. We need tactically to be spot on and also show mental strength and resilience. I think first half was excellent. We had more or less chances in order to win perhaps 2 games on Premier League level. Sadly, we missed all the chances, and they were able to score out of one unnecessary set-piece situation. But then also to keep going, to don't doubt ourselves, to bring the game into their half, to equalize before halftime, to deserve to go in lead in the second half. Yes, of course, the last 15-20 minutes we have then to concentrate on defending a bit more. We did this also in an excellent way, didn't give one chance away, and then bit 94th minute, bit unnecessary loss of the ball, a bit sloppy in possession. Free kick for them, dropped perhaps a bit too deep, lost the header, didn't drop quick enough on the far post, and then a clinical finish for them. Yeah, credit to their quality there. Of course, we could have done a bit better in this situation, especially not to give the free kick away because we were comfortably in possession. But this is what happens sometimes on the top level. I'm proud of the performance and proud what the lads are delivering at the moment.
I think the strength of character is on show to come back twice. 2 games now, we've shown that. Also, we had to suffer, didn't we, at moments? But I thought we did that really well.
Yes, so there were a few spells in the first half, but especially in the second half then. But also what we did in order to avoid any crosses, what we did in order to avoid through passes. And so I have not seen one team who has reduced Bournemouth to so little chances out of the game. I think they've played also some proper performance. Liverpool in the first game day, and we have reduced them to that little, like no other team. Pretty happy with this. Organization was really good. Yes, a few details with set piece could have been a bit more spot on. Yes, we know this, but nevertheless, a top performance of my lads.
It's a good one to look forward to as the follow-up game to this one, isn't it? You'll want all the same and more, I guess.
Yes, another difficult game against a strong opponent, but we have also shown today that even against the informed side here at Elland Road, especially, we always play for points and we always have a chance, and we have proven this several times during the season, and we need the same level of workload, work ethic, spirit, desire again, and then yes, we fight again for the points and try to win as many as possible.
One to look forward to. Yes. Thank you, Daniel.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers, Daniel.
The thoughts there of Leeds United manager Daniel Farke. Keeps repeating a word which I think we're all kind of feeling as well. It's a good word, proud. Proud of the performance, proud of the lads. He did say to concede things that maybe are preventable is a frustration there for him, but actually proud of the performance overall. Is that a? I think
you picked out the key point, didn't you? How we said they're both preventable goals. He's talked about there, but that word, the proudness of the physical distribution of the lads.
Yeah, and also the fact that we were able to minimise the amount of opportunities we gave away. So Daniel said we gave away no opportunities during the game, apart from the 2 goals that came from set pieces. And both of them are preventable. Mm-hmm. Therefore, that's where the proudness comes from. If we were outplayed completely, if we gave away lots of opportunities, and Carl Darlow was in goal, made 8, 9, 10 amazing saves, I'm sure the conversation would be completely different.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's got every right to be proud of every single one of those players today.
Okay, next week it's a lunchtime kickoff against Spurs, a team scrapping against relegation last year to the Champions League this year. It was a slightly odd season for them last year, but they're a pretty good team, aren't they? Yeah. New manager in place, have had a good start to the season. It'll be interesting. What's the approach going to be in that game? Is that a toe-to-toe approach like we've sort of seen here today against Bournemouth?
I think it was under an Ange Postecoglou's team. It would have definitely been, because they give you chances and they give you a lot of chances. On the attacking sense, Tottenham have always got players that are going to be so hurt you. Now, I know exactly what has happened with the new manager coming in. The defensively, they've been so organised. Romero, Van de Ven, they've got the pace, they've got the aggression. It's going to be such a good game of football. I think we should go toe-to-toe, but again, it comes back to that word. There's not going to be many chances against this team as opposed to the last Tottenham from last season. So, again, I'm going to use the word, got to be clinical, got to take our chances, and defensively make sure we are so switched on, because this team is switched on under their manager.
You could see how organised they are already. And listen, Thomas Frank is one of those managers, again, similar to Iraola, who was always destined to manage a bigger and better side, with all due respect to Brentford. And you can see in the short amount of time he's been there, the difference in how they play. The organisation, when they win the ball back, how quick they are explosively. Richarlison's got a new lease of life as well. They're going to be a tough opposition, but I'm looking forward to it, because I think we've got enough. I think we've got enough to go toe-to-toe.
Okay, well, we can't wait. We'll have to wait, though, till next weekend, lunchtime kickoff, where the chief, Lucas Radebe, will be in the studio giving you analysis as well, and I'm sure plenty of stories from that great era back in the day. Bridgie, Bex, thanks so much for joining us today. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage here on Matchday Live. A point apiece between Leeds United and Bournemouth. On to the next week, all the action here on LUTV.
Red Bull gives you wings.